Hi, I'm Chris Brandt, and welcome back to part 2 of Future Tech's coverage of NetApp Insight 2019. If you have not seen part 1, I will put a link here, maybe, and I'll pause for a moment so you can go and check that out. Okay. You've done that now, right? So a lot of the show floor was dedicated to NetApp itself. The show floor was divided into multiple sections. There were some for the partner community, some areas focusing on their products, and some focusing on specific use cases. And there were areas devoted to play and relaxation. And like other shows this year, there was a focus on social media. And what this largely amounts to at most of these shows is following Twitter feeds referencing the show and the company. But I do feel like I should be getting more involved with these folks as I am doing this stuff. So CEO George Kurian outlined 3 specific areas of focus for NetApp this year. The first is a focus on hybrid multi-cloud, and NetApp's data fabric story is core to this. And the second major focus for NetApp was to make NetApp available on all the major clouds. And the third area of focus is to improve the customer experience, to make the customer experience more cloud-like. And they're doing this through initiatives like Keystone. And if, by the way, the name Kurian sounds familiar, George Kurian's brother, Thomas Kurian, is heading up Google's cloud efforts. So that's quite a successful tech-focused family there. So there was a focus on channel partner enablement, and Keystone was a big part of that, and the Keystone tools were on display. And then they had sections that were more focused on specific use cases. And these sections were accelerate your AI journey, accelerate your DevOps journey, build your data fabric, deploy private clouds, fuel your enterprise apps, innovate on any cloud, and modernize your IT. There's definitely a focus on AI at this show, and considering some of the performance statistics that I've seen around NetApp's integrations with NVIDIA, they've got a good story to tell there. And they've also made a big push to reach out to the developer community. And this goes beyond their NetApp Kubernetes services. They're really trying to make a deeper push to reach out to developers. And they also took the opportunity to showcase some of their hardware. And it was nice to see products like their E-Series getting a little bit of the spotlight. E-Series is a great performing box that can be a really great fit in certain architectures, but it usually gets overshadowed by the FAS products. I thought this little HCI on wheels was kind of a funny little thing, but they use it actually to help enable the POC process. So one of the things that I love to do at these shows is talk to some of these up-and-coming vendors to find out where they came from and where they're going. And I have a couple quick interviews with some of these companies that I wanted to share with you. The first one is Igneous, and they are a SaaS-based data protection company that focuses on backing up NAS data. Now, over the years, NAS data has been a very tricky thing to back up effectively. So I'm always eager to hear about new products that are trying to solve that problem. So here's Christian Smith, VP of Products for Igneous, to tell us a little bit about their product and their company.
All right. Hi, I'm Christian Smith. I'm VP of Product here at Igneous. To give you a little bit of background about Igneous, Igneous deals in unstructured data management. And so when you start thinking about lots of file data, there are a couple of different things that you want to do with file data. The first one is really around protection of file data. You know, when you talk about lots of files, billions of files, petabytes of data, you know, and being able to protect that no matter where that data lives, whether it's on, you know, NetApp and where we're at the show today, or Isilon, or Cumulo, or Pure, there's a real inability to kind of consolidate that backup environment and gain kind of the leverage of of a consolidated environment and the cost of a consolidated environment. Additionally, we're one of the few backup vendors that can protect that data at scale directly to the cloud tiers. We are a launch partner with Azure Archive Blob Store, and so we're one of the few vendors that can go right to these cheapest tiers for all data protection. And again, we really focus on people that have the petabytes of data and billions of files. Then when you go back to unstructured data management, there's a second part about that, which is really the visibility of data. And if you look at a lot of these at-scale environments, one of the challenges is just understanding what I have, where is it, how much do I have, so you can start to take actions on that data. And so we give the first product that's called Data Discover, which shows you like a heat map of your data. So you're able to say, look, I want to take this data that's being accessed a lot, and I want to put it on flash, and I want to take this data that no one's touched for several years, and I want to go archive that. And I either want to archive it to some on-prem tier, or I want to go archive it off to the cloud somewhere, but I have it indexed and searchable so that I can go recover it whenever I want to go recover. And the last thing we talk about in unstructured data management is around flow. And flow is really about moving data sets around. So I had a machine that generated some data. It could be a sequencer, it could be a plane flying over a field, gathering image data. It could be your high performance compute environments, and I want to go push that data, I want to go analyze that data in a high performance compute environment for a while, and then I want to take and put that result set data into some like stable long-term tier. But I may want to go repeat that process over and over again. And so in today's day and age, when you talk about moving data sets around, that is terabytes of data at a time. It is not your gigabytes worth of data, and so movement just becomes a real challenge. And so that's Igneous, and we deliver everything we have is all as a service, so we bring a lot of the cloud capabilities in software management. So there's never any software to manage. It's upgraded dynamically. We triage any issues that go on with software. So we really take the friction out of managing data for you at scale. Igneous was started by 3 people. Kiran Bagashpour is our CEO. He was the VP of Engineering at Isilon. Jeff Hughes is another one of our co-founders and chief architects. Jeff wrote SyncIQ for Isilon. The third co-founder was a guy named Byron Rakitsis. So Byron has the claim to fame that he was the first non-founding member of NetApp. So it went Dave, James, Malcolm, and then Byron. And so Byron wrote a lot of waffle. And our founding story was we weren't really wanting to go out and build yet another file system. And when we looked at the problems that we were solving at places like Isilon and NetApp, well, we really turned around and said it's really a data management challenge. And cloud is coming into the world today, and it's taking over more and more of a chunk of applications and services. And so I need to kind of intersect people, both what they're doing on-prem and make that easier for them to manage data, but also as they want to start utilizing cloud services so that there's like a burstability aspect to it or a cost reduction aspect to what they do. We've been in business since 2013. We're about 75 people as a company. We've raised $70 million in revenue. Our target customers are folks in the life sciences field. It's in the EDA chip design space. It's media and entertainment customers. It is high-tech manufacturing, finance, and then what would you call your traditional kind of web content companies. And all of these guys kind of have the same thing where file is their predominant workflow of what they do. Our VCs are NEA, New Enterprise Associates, Madrona, which is the big one in Seattle, so they're also the ones behind Amazon. We have Redpoint, which is down in the Bay Area, which is a VC really focused on SaaS services, and that's their focus. We have Vulcan Ventures, which is Paul Allen's old group, and then we have the West River Group.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's a good lineup.
Yeah, it is a good lineup.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you.
So another company that I came across at this show that I have not seen before was Cleondris. So Piyush Agarwal is a former NetApp employee who left NetApp to start the North American branch of this Swiss-based company. Cleondris is another data protection company with a little bit of a different take. So here's Piyush, who is the principal for North America, here to tell us a little bit more about this company.
Hi. So Cleondris is a solution that integrates tightly with ONTAP and with NetApp volumes. We have 4 basic products. It gives you a catalog of all the data in NAS volumes on the primary, secondary, tertiary, and an easy search and restore capability. We can do backup and restore of VMs running on ONTAP, whether they run on NFS data stores or VMFS. Granular restores, single file restores from Linux VMs, integrate with multiple vCenters. ransomware protection, detection, analysis, and differential restore. And now we are integrating with HCI for DR and backup. That's, in essence, the value that Cleondris provides. Cleondris is a technical alliance partner. They have access to ONTAP APIs, and now with HCI, tight integration. The origins of this company, they're a 10-year-old company since 2010. They integrate only with NetApp, and their genesis goes back to VMware days. They're licensed for NetApp to buy if they are doing professional services. Technical alliance partner, they have access to a lot of APIs, and hopefully there'll be more.
So that wraps up my NetApp Insight 2019 coverage. If you like what you saw, please click like, hit the subscribe button, and if you want to get updates when I post new videos, click on that bell button and you'll get notified. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.